Have you ever wondered if you were better off picking stocks yourself or leaving it to the pros? Let's play a game to see. Here's the challenge. Pick any of these stocks and see if your portfolio can beat the professional money managers. If you win, you might have a future on Wall Street. Here are the rules. Imagine that 92 years ago, you could have invested $5,000 into any combination of these companies or their predecessors from the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The Dow is just a stock market index that includes 30 major US companies considered leaders in their sectors. We'll then compare the performance of your stock picks over the next 92 years to theirs, as represented by the Investment Company of America Mutual Fund. It's not an exact comparison, but 92 years ago, one of the oldest mutual funds, the Investment Company of America, was created. The twist? You have the advantage of knowing where each of these companies are today that the professionals didn't. One thing to be aware of, a lot of these companies weren't around for 92 years or weren't on the Dow Jones for the full period. So if a company ever gets replaced by another, your money rolls into whatever replaces it. For example, if you pick Home Depot, you're investing in Sears until 1999 when it got replaced by Home Depot. Here are your options. Go ahead and pick your companies. Write them down if it helps, because you're about to see exactly how your portfolio did over those 92 years. And really think about it. Which ones would you want to own for 92 years? Pause the video right now if you need more time, because remember, you're trying to beat the professionals. Got your picks? Good. Let's see how you did. This data is updated as of December 31st, 2025. Every $1,000 you put into any of the following companies would be worth this today. At the bottom of the board, Verizon Communications. $1,000 invested in 1933 is worth $3,036 today. We also have Cisco Systems and United Health Group worth about the same, a few $1,000s. The middle of the pack is where most stocks landed, somewhere between $40,000 and $150,000. Chevron, Nike, 3M, Boeing, Disney, Sherwin-Williams, Amazon, Nvidia, American Express, and Walmart. These are household names. They're not bad businesses. $1,000 to $150K, that's a pretty good return. Near the top of the list, Salesforce at $193,000, Merck at $255,000, Apple at $344,000, Coca-Cola at $410,000. Goldman Sachs, Visa, McDonald's, and Microsoft all cluster around $500,000 to $570,000. Then there's Home Depot at $575,000. But the single best performer on this entire board is in the seven-figure range though. It's Procter & Gamble. $1,000 invested in 1933 turned into $1,422,703 today. If you somehow put all $5,000 into Procter & Gamble, it would be worth over $7 million. But $5,000 in the Investment Company of America would be worth over $16 million. How is that possible? Now, I have to be honest with you, it wasn't an even playing field. You might have future knowledge from today that could have influenced your stock picks, but you were picking from 30 companies while the professionals weren't. The Investment Company of America doesn't just own 30 companies. It owns over 100. Today, the Investment Company of America's top holdings include some of the same names you see on the list. Microsoft, Nvidia, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, but also about 180 more. And the team running the Investment Company of America has been actively adjusting that lineup since 1933. None of the 30 stocks on that board would have beaten this mutual fund over 92 years. Some of them had moments where they significantly beat the fund over shorter periods and looked unstoppable. For example, Apple in the 2010s or Coca-Cola in the 80s. But over a 92-year time horizon, every single one came up short. That's not because those are bad companies. It's because picking from 30 companies and holding on to them for a long time isn't a solid strategy. It's a guess. When you commit to just one or a few companies, you lose the ability to do two things that matter. One, spread your risk across many different companies. That's called diversification. And two, adjust as the world changes. So what's the takeaway? It's not that you should put all of your money into the Investment Company of America. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and this exercise was just for illustrative purposes only. I could have picked any mutual fund and the takeaway would have been the same. The only reason why I picked this specific mutual fund is because they're one of the oldest mutual funds around. The real takeaway? Picking a few great companies isn't the strategy to use if you're investing for the long term. And when I say long term, I mean over a lifetime or multiple lifetimes. Because even if you pick the stocks perfectly, you're still betting everything on a few outcomes. and nobody can predict how a handful of companies will do over 92 years. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Ay, 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 ay.